Did you go to school here?
I did not.
Did you go to school in this county?
I did. I graduated from Pineville High School in this county. It was one of the schools that was consolidated into Wyoming East High School.
Okay. And do you feel that the kids, that there's something different now than what you had as a student?
Here at
the new school?
At the new school. There's things that are different, certainly. Well, number one, it's just a different time. That's something that would be universal. Number two, on the positive side, absolutely. We have very highly qualified teachers who definitely push our students. We're very proud of the fact that we have students at Harvard now and other Ivy League schools. The labs definitely. I myself was not exposed to much lab experience at Pineville High School. Had a great biology teacher, but didn't have the facilities. So when I went to Concord College, which in itself is a great institution, I found myself, just from a personal experience, being very good in the lecture part of some of the science classes, but the lab's not quite up to date with that. So I certainly would say from that aspect, yes, the facilities has helped my two sons acquire a better education. On the negative side, anytime you take a school from the community, I do have to say, I feel like you lose that connection with the community. You have more students here than I myself was as a school counselor at Glen Rogers High School with 203 students. So individual attention certainly was different there and being connected to that community. So there's positive and there's negative like there is with anything in life, but it's certainly been a plus for my two students being here at Wyoming East High School.
And
boys.
Overall, so you have to weigh, we all have to make that decision of whether it's worth the positives and the negatives, how they weigh out. And since you've gone through this, do you feel that you would want to go back, or that this has been for the better for everybody overall?
To be honest with you, I'm speaking from my heart now. From my heart, it was a different time. I graduated in 1977 from Pineville High School. My heart says yes, because I bled, maroon, and gold. My head, which is what we have to think with, says no. It's a different time. As I stated before, I have two sons. One's in medical school now. One will be a senior here at Wyoming East next year. My head says no. It's a different time. I don't think they could have got the same education. I know they couldn't have at the smaller schools and the facilities as they do here.
Yeah,
so.
And that's something that we've heard in the other interviews that the one gentleman said, I bled.
Yes.
How do you feel like that translates into the students? Do they pick up on that? And if they do, to what extent? Or are they Wyoming East?
Okay, Wyoming East has been here 10 years now. I think this is the 10th year. And I was kind of involved at that early stage. Maybe early on, maybe a little bit, but I think our county did a great job, and there was a core group of us that got together a year or two prior to knowing that we were consolidating and trying to lay that foundation. We're on board with this. You know, it's coming, we're consolidating. We can, you know, you can be negative about it or you can get on board with it. You know, what's best for my sons in my particular situation, get on board with it. You know, so no, we don't count who's from Mullins, we don't count who's from Pineville, we don't say who's from Glen Rogers, Herndon. No, the students do not see that, and I have to say, like I say, I graduated from Pineville, bled, maroon, and gold. My older son, first-year student at the osteopathic school in Lewisburg. My younger son, a senior here. No, they don't want to go back to Pineville and Mullins. My husband graduated from Mullins High School. So, you know, we had the different aspects coming in, but no, they wouldn't. They can't see what we saw. I don't see that, but I felt like we did a great job early on selling the product, so to speak. We had a lot of student input, parent input, community input, and we all worked together. We really did.
Great. Do you know anything about the awards or the academic accomplishments that have been? We've heard something about the school being recognized.
The school has been recognized several times. To say that I can sit here and quote them, no.
We'll ask the principal.
Yes, ask the principal that. He will know.
Okay.
We're very proud of our school here. We're very proud. We have a top-notch theater program that's something else that I didn't mention that we would not have had at the smaller schools because of the facility. The auditorium is first class. We have a first-class theater teacher who wins state awards every year and national recognition. Great sports programs. You know, it would be a lie to say we're not involved in the extracurricular and not concerned about that, like I'm sure everybody is everywhere. Our kids have just consolidated and just seem to take it and just fly with it. I mean, we have 3 state championships under our belt right now. You know, 1 football. We have 4. 3 basketball, 1 football, tons of runner-ups in all kinds of different sports, so it doesn't seem to be a problem. When Mullins and Hummel used to hate each other. You know, we thought we did. On the court, we hated each other.
So it was harder for the parents to consolidate than the kids?
I think initially, knowing you're losing your alma mater, again, speaking with the heart, I think initially it was, but not now. And you really don't have anybody in school here now that would kind of went through that process. So yes, I would have to say it was harder for the parents. But again, I have to reiterate that once you're on board with that and you come together, the kids will do what you model. And that was important to me to demonstrate, you know, I would consider myself a leader in the community and to demonstrate I'm on board with this, we got to get on board with this, and the students just seem to follow suit. Now, we had meetings before where we let them help select school colors, mascot names, and so forth. So if everybody feels a part of, I think it makes that transition easier.
Great.
I really do. We brought in sample colors. We did the whole bit. I think that made it a little bit easier.
What about commutes? Like people having to drive away from town? Was that a big issue when you consolidated? Bus rides and...
For the students,
For the
parents,
communities.
overall. It's a factor. It would have to be a factor. We have some students here that would be an hour away from the school. You do what you have to do, you know. If you have to ride the bus, I mean, I've talked to students. Some students might sleep on the bus, that some of those that would be farther away, they might sleep, they might study, they might put in their iPod and listen to music. Of course, it's a longer ride. For extracurricular activities, I'm very involved with that as a parent. I've had students, you know, that played basketball come to my house, and we made sure there was transportation to and from. If they had a longer commute, I would do that for any, you know, anybody. Would help any student if they wanted to do anything with the school. Yeah, I mean, that's a factor, but it doesn't seem like it's been a major factor. It doesn't seem like it's anything off the top of my head. We've made it work. You can make things work when you want to.
Great.
We've made it work in this community, in this county.